Hey guys, my name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. I got back from Colours in Newbury. The Colours show is for the Reading and Newbury Wargamers Association. It is at Newbury Racecourse. It's a good one to go to, relatively close to me as well, so it's not too much of a drive, or I can get the train. Didn't spend too much. Took about £120, brought money back, enough to go and get lunch and some other stuff outside as well. Um, Ironically, my friend forgot to pick up the one paint he needed, and we still had to stop by a hobby shop somewhere else to go and buy them. So the first thing I picked up was a couple of these Pro Acryl paints. I got bright pale green, which I'm going to be trying out with my Sons of Horus. I picked up a couple of blues, sky blue and just blue. I want to paint some ultramarines at some point in a slightly different scheme to what I've been doing normally, and I've been thinking of trying these Pro Acryls. AK Gen 3, this is one of their AFV range, very dark brown, nice simple descriptive name there. I'm looking for a replacement to Rhinox Hide. I love Rhinox Hide. It is my go-to paint for all of my chipping that I do. On my models, you've seen a lot of my models have a lot of chipping, a lot of weathering. Rhinox Hide is 99% of the paint I use for that chipping, and it's just, I want to try and find another brand. So another dark brown I've tried. I got some terracotta milliput because it was cheaper than buying it on eBay at the moment, to try making some more bricks, paving tiles, that sort of thing for basing. Some lovely little decals, checkerboards and diamond checkerboards. There's a couple of sheets in here. These are about £2.50 I think a set. They were not that bad at all. This one I'm really looking forward to. Now, I'm not a big fan of dirty down rust. I think painting rust in different ways is more fun. I think you can get a better result. But this stuff, the moss, I'm very interested in because I'm doing a whole really over the top haunted Fangorn forest kind of thing for a D&D campaign, and I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Now, I am a little disappointed how small a bottle is. They are only 25ml, and they're £8 a bottle. I was hoping for something at least the size of, the Vallejo metal colour box, which are also about £8. I didn't buy that while I was out. The last paint I bought is I picked up one of these paint markers, which everyone seems to be going crazy over at the moment. And I've actually been using this myself today. And as you can see, I went and got a brown because my first thought, it'll be really great for doing loads of little bits of chipping. Except this AK Black Skin AKM009, which is this wonderful, dark brown here, is actually baby poop brown on the inside. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of these so far. I will probably do a more in-depth review of these at some point, but if you are considering buying these, I would recommend avoiding them to start with. The 5-second review is that they do not do anything that a regular brush and paint doesn't do. Like, they are, the only thing these things are good for is that these are thinned correctly. Like, you're going to get good coverage with them. Is it worth it? I don't think so. But I'll do a full review of these at some point. Also got to see some of the new MIG paints as well. I didn't get to pick any up because they didn't actually have the full starter set I wanted. But my friend, he picks them up, so we'll be using those and trying them out, seeing how those work. Lastly, nice and boring, I got some super glue, and it's the really runny stuff which I've never used before, so I'm looking forward to sticking myself to the desk at some point, or spilling this everywhere, because that's how clumsy I am. Minis wise, I only actually bought one set of miniatures, which was some Victrix, British Napoleonic foot artillery. I wanted some cannons for my militia, and Perry's were quite a lot more if I wanted to get the same number of cannons. So I thought I'd give these a go. I did look and see the Victrix Germans, the new Victrix Second World War Germans that I've been thinking of picking up, but I couldn't justify spending about £40 on one set of miniatures at that time. I've also come to the conclusion that I'm really not interested in looking at the second-hand Games Workshop stuff anymore. That always used to be the one I would gravitate to. I'm going to grab a bargain. I'm going to go grab someone else's pre-painted Space Marines, and I will then go and strip them and rebuild them and add them to my force. And I'm just looking through everything and going, like, I'm not interested in any of it. It's all terrible quality. It's all costed way too high. Like 5 Space Marines painted by a toddler, by the look of it, for a fiver less than the retail price of the new kit. It's not a bargain. I'm sorry. I would consider buying the retail kit at full retail price rather than that, just because I then get to work with it. I don't have to strip the models or anything. So yeah, the second-hand side of things has definitely gone to pot. The bring and buy sections, like always, is just a melee. It's just Warzone, really. Oh, I did also buy a book. That was the other thing I got. Yes, I picked up Gamma Wolves, which is a miniature agnostic mech combat game. So it's a whole set of rules for basically playing a miniatures games with big stompy robots, and you can, customize them really heavily. I have never really been one of those people that likes picking up third-party games. These sort of Osprey kind of, it's just a game in a book. Osprey does a lot of them. But this just, like, I saw this and instantly was like, oh, that looks fantastic. There's no pictures of them playing it. Like, every picture in here is just, it's some cool art. But it's none of it's like their own models. None of it is like I don't know how to explain it. None of it's really kind of like selling me models or anything, or hyping it up and going, hey, look at the cool starter set you can get. But I still really want to do it. The idea of building some bigger models that are mechs and printing out weapons for them or whatever. Oh, I love it. I'm, as I said in a previous video, I'm a huge fan of the Armored Core game series, so that really, really kind of interests me. I also looked at picking up a copy of Quaz War, which a load of the guys in the Discord are really interested in at the moment. Again, I couldn't bring myself to spend, I think it was £60 on a starter set. It just seemed too much to me. And then the exact same story with a Baron's War, another set I really wanted to get, but the price point for a starter set just seems too high for me. There is something psychological about the price they're putting these out at now that I just cannot seem to get over and go, yeah, that looks like a really good deal. Because to me, I'm like, I mean, the amount of models that's in there, I can get more models, from the same supplier if I buy them separately, almost. I don't know what it is. I really think there is. Even the bolt action starter sets have now got like wildly too expensive for what they are. This definitely was the first time I'd been to a show like this and gone, everything's got too expensive. Like, all of the things have got too expensive. There were one or two good deals. I can't remember where I bought these paints, the Pro Acryl paints, but they had accidentally priced them wrong. They were supposed to be £4, but they'd actually put them out under the price of about £3.50, £3.60. And credit to the guys, they honoured the price they put on them rather than the correct price, which is great. And super glue, that's considerably cheaper than the Gorilla Glue I've been using before, so that's nice. We picked up, I didn't pick them up, but my friend picked up a load of brushes from ABC Brushes. ABC Brushes is the person I normally go to for all of my silver-handed smaller brushes, these ones that you may have seen me using. the Pro Art ones, they're sold for about £6 for 6, or £6 for 5, which is great, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it was a good show. Good show. Really good attendance. Lots of people. The gaming tables upstairs were absolutely fantastic. As always, huge attendance for actually playing the games, and a good amount of retailers. One concern, or one criticism I have for these sorts of places, and I need to clarify it without sounding hypocritical, is I'm not a huge fan of the proliferation of 3D printing. I am all for people 3D printing. However, I do not like companies 3D printing and then selling that stuff to you, because a lot of them are selling them far too expensive. I do not want to buy I don't know, what was there, for example, I don't know, some fantasy miniatures. Some fantasy miniatures 3D printed are not worth the same amount as the same models cast in resin. They're just not. It's not the same quality. Someone like Black Scorpion Miniatures, who was there, wonderful, wonderful guy, runs that, really talented sculptor. His models are sculpted and they're cast in resin. He sculpted a lot of the old Bretonian range. Very talented sculptor. Totally worth the price. But someone who is just printing out something and then selling it for £30, I don't think it's correct. There's some of the plastic, like the FDM 3D printed stuff, wildly overpriced. Like huge print lines, huge stepping, really bad quality, asking an absolute fortune for it. There was some terrain stuff there where they were asking £800 for some 40k terrain, and I'm like, it's not even painted. So I think the industry needs to address that. I think it will. I think people will address that. But yeah, I don't think that. I'm like, there's no point in me buying £800 worth of 3D printed terrain when I literally could buy the 3D printer, enough filament to print it, and the files, and pay for all the electric and everything else. Like, it's not worth that sort of money. I know some people like to to price it as if it's their hourly wage while the printer's running. That's not how it works. You're not being paid 20 quid an hour for using your printer. That's what, just dumb. So yeah, go and print your own stuff. Don't be sold 3D printed stuff. So I'm really looking forward to figuring this one out. I'm looking forward to getting some stuff built. And yeah, I hope you guys, if you went there, had some fun. If you did, please pop it down in the comments. Tell me what you got. If you liked the show. If you're not there, if you've been to another wargaming show that you've really enjoyed, pop it down in the comments. Let us know what it's about. When is it? Where is it? Is what sort of show it is? I'd love to go to more of these, a bit further out. And then obviously we've got. I think the next one might be in November. I think there's one in November. Anyway, my name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed. Bye bye.